On the next episode of Arne Talk, we'll be joined by a model from Down Under and a new Mr. Australia, Goran Sabir. Stay tuned. Hello everyone, my name is Arne and welcome to Arne Talk. Our guest for today is a model from the land down under and the new Mr. Australia. Ladies and gentlemen, let's all welcome Goran Sabir. Hi Goran.
Hi Arne.
How are you?
I'm very good, thank you very much.
Should have said it. Hi mate. Good day.
You nearly got the accent. You got it. It's close. G'day mate.
So how are you? What keeps you busy right now?
I'm very good, thank you. Currently, I am working 7 days a week, and it's very busy lately.
Now, you will be the country's representative in the upcoming Mr. Landscape pageant in China later this year. How do you feel about it representing Australia, and what are your preparations?
Humbled and honored with the fact that I was given this opportunity to compete in China, but currently I'm working out and I'm trying to keep my skin in check, and I'm just trying to be as presentable as possible till that day.
The best thing about your country, Australia, when you were growing up?
The best thing about my country in Australia is definitely the people that I grew up with, the people that surrounded me in my everyday life. I'm very grateful for them. If I grew up somewhere else, I definitely wouldn't have met them. So that's my favorite thing.
What kind of day do you think would best describe the best day of your life?
The best day of my life would definitely have to be when we received the contract. We received the contract of 182 schools, and it's a very big contract. And honestly, that happened very recently as well. And it's a huge honor to have received it. Life changing.
Tell me something about that.
Schools, they want thousands and thousands of aircon. They want tens of thousands of lighting upgrades per school. It's huge. It's definitely life changing. It's a 10-year contract, and they've estimated the contract at around 60 million Australian dollars. So definitely life changing.
Wow, that's a big money.
Yeah,
it
definitely
can help a lot for that big amount. Maybe this question has something to do with that, but I'd like to ask the question still. What's one thing that you're supposed to do but was cancelled due to COVID-19? If you can think of other things.
COVID actually, it didn't even stop my work really. So even during work, like during COVID's heat, we were still working full time pretty much. It hasn't really affected me in any other case other than the contract.
The kind of profession that you have right now, how important is it to look good all the time?
As a tradesman, it's not the number one priority. If you see many tradespeople, I do try and keep myself as presentable as possible on job sites, and I try and keep out of the mud.
Do you think a good look is a blessing or a curse?
I definitely believe a good look is a blessing. People that look good, I would agree. I would believe that they have an easier chance with many things in life, especially modeling.
Oh yeah. What is your most awkward moment in public?
My most awkward moment in public would definitely have to be when I was in the gym. It's happened very recently as well. When I was in the gym and I was squatting and I decided to go a little bit too heavy. It was a very busy day that day, and I fell forward. And it wasn't the best. It was a bit awkward, but I look back at it and laugh at it now.
Moving on with our next part of the conversation, which is the Q&A round. Think of this as a beauty pageant setup. We've prepared questions for you, and I'm sure you can answer this one. The coronavirus knows no age, race, gender, social status, or any classification in terms of infecting people. What do you think is the message that this pandemic is sending us?
Even though in tough times of being isolated, you should always be productive, find a way to be productive and keep yourself busy and keep yourself happy. That's the message, I believe.
Which role of a man do you think complements a woman better? A father, a son, or a partner?
I believe a partner for sure. You're able to push your partner, you're able to motivate them and strive and grow with them. And definitely you'd look better together as well.
Would you marry the one you love or the ones who love you?
I feel like it should be a two-way street. But if I do love someone, I definitely hope they love me back. So I'll choose the one I love. I hope they love me back.
Do you consider yourself a giver or a taker?
On being a giver, that's what keeps me going. Just because I want to give to my family, I want to be able to have my parents stop working and just be able to relax for the remainder of their lives. So definitely a giver.
Why do you think male pageants are less celebrated than female beauty pageants? This is a very important question to you.
I believe females have it a lot harder than males in beauty pageants, and they deserve the viewers they get because it's a lot harder for them to do their confident strut. It's definitely a lot harder for that, and it's also they have so many preparations. So they have their hair, makeup. As a male, we just kind of brush our hair backwards and hop on stage.
I totally agree with you on that. As someone who also organized male pageants, who is also part of the industry, I must say, yes, that's the only advantage in the male pageant usually we get, because we get things easily than the female pageant, because there are a lot of preparations for female pageants, and I kind of agree with you on that. Moving on with our next part of the conversation, the fast talk. You need to answer this as fast as you can. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right. The funniest thing that has happened to you recently?
It's when I look back at my most awkward moment when I fell forward in the gym. That's definitely going to be the funniest.
How much water do you take per day?
Liters minimum.
How much sleep do you get per night?
3 and 9 hours. It's a big range.
Favorite sleepwear?
Trackies.
How many pillows do you sleep with?
Very thin pillows. Very thin. I think I need to change it.
The last thing that you do before you go to sleep?
The last thing I do before I go to sleep, I write in my diary. I write my goals and what I'm grateful for.
Really? That's nice.
Yes, that's right.
The first thing that you do as soon as you wake up?
I write in my diary and write what I'm grateful for. Keep me started. It starts me off in a good mood.
Do you snore?
I like to say I don't, but I have heard complaints.
Do you talk in your sleep?
No, but I've heard many complaints about this one. I talk a lot in my sleep. It's really bad.
Maybe it's true. Your favorite hideaway?
My favorite getaway would definitely have to be after doing all the things during the day. I like to relax and play a little bit of games, or now I've started watching anime. I'll be getting into it. It's interesting.
What workout do you do?
But I like to focus on my whole body.
What part of your body needs improvement?
Total body fat. That's the issue right now. I'm a little bit bulkier than I'd like to be. I'd like to slim down and become less fat. Beach
or mountain?
Beach, for sure.
Love letters or sweet chats?
Sweet chats.
What part of a girl's body is your favorite?
It's got to be their eyes.
What part of a woman's body do you look at first?
First thing I look at is their eyes, definitely.
What else in a girl turns you on?
I would say definitely if they're motivated, if they're driven, if they have a goal-orientated lifestyle. That's got to be, yeah.
What turns you off?
Definitely smoking. That's like the big no-no for me. Smoking anything.
3 women that you find sexy.
This is my favorite part. It's Kylie Jenner, Kim Kardashian, and Nicki Minaj.
How does a man like you treat a woman?
Definitely the way I treat a woman is I like to get them to strive and better themselves in the long term.
What is your ideal girl?
My ideal girl is definitely a goal-oriented girl and one that tries to work out. At least tries. That's the main thing.
Does size matter?
Sure. For sure.
I will not go into details. Moving on.
Right.
Are you currently dating someone right now?
No, I'm currently single at this moment in time.
I think that's what they wanted to know. We're down to the final part of our conversation. What's the first thing that you'd like to do when COVID-19 is over?
The first thing I'd like to do is get straight back into work. The first thing. Straight into the contract work.
The greatest thing that you learned from this pandemic?
The greatest thing that I learned has to be enjoying my own company, enjoying being by myself and also around the family. That's got to be, yeah.
The world is watching right now, Goran. How will you promote Australia to the rest of the world?
Well, the way that I could definitely promote Australia is try and look as good as possible and trying to perform as good as possible on that day on China. When I go to China, that's definitely got to be it. Preparations.
Before we go, I'd like to thank the RGM Promotions and Management in Sydney, Australia, headed by Sir Rox Walavin, for making and for having this interview possible with you. So it's been such a pleasure with us to have you. Final words to your fans.
I appreciate each and every single one of you. And if you ever want to get in touch, just send me a message and I will reply in due time. Due time.
In due time, I see. Please support Goran Sabir and his journey in the Mr. Landscape pageant later this year in Guangzhou, China. So let's all cheer for him. Anyway, we will all be there. We will be supporting you. I know it's nighttime now in Sydney. It's afternoon here in Manila. So thank you. It's been such a pleasure with us and hope to see you very soon.
Definitely. I also would like to say thank you for making up time and having me on your show. I appreciate it.
Have a great night to you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. See you.